I wasn't recording. I wasn't recording this whole fucking time. I'm like, wait, I just fucking got here like 2 minutes ago. I just not even done with a full cigarette. What the fuck are you doing? Well, I don't know. Something caught my attention and made me look, and it said that the storage was low, and then I looked and I didn't delete all the shit from yesterday, so. That's too bad. Like, I had a whole thing going. It was really good. I had the first day of the Conscious Business Expansion Project. It's fun. My friend Sophie's there, which is really exciting. It's just one of those things. Like, this morning I'm making coffee. And I'm about to go out for a cigarette. Breakfast, plant medicine breakfast. So, I'm undoing my pack of cigarettes, about to throw things in there, throw the garbage out, and then my friend Sophie popped in my head, because I know she was like setting up like a studio. And something, so I was thinking about the group. Because I was really happy with myself yesterday because I posted a video on there, posted a picture. I wrote a whole thing about myself. I was really pleased with it. Because I was like, you know what, fuck it. Just fucking own the whole thing. Just see what comes out. It's the worst that's gonna happen. That's true. That's not true. I didn't say that. I was actually way more excited for it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. But then I was thinking about it this morning, like, because we were having a live call this morning that was on my brain. And then when I was throwing out my cigarette garbage, my friend Sophie popped in my head. I'm like, I thought about her studio. I'm like, I wonder if she's gonna be here. Like, because I know she does like a lot of cool shit, but her job. But for some reason in my head, there was this storyline playing out that her job was keeping her back from doing it, but she was happy that I was going through. Because we've known each other for a while. We met in a group like this. But then I went outside. We went outside. And I opened up my phone. I put it on Facebook. And my friend Sophie had commented on my thing. I'm like, whoa, holy shit. What the fuck? And that was like right after I saw some other lady had responded about like having been awoken by Aradia. And now that's important. That's an important thing that only I would get because it's like, whoa, holy shit. Why? Because I believe I'm a descendant of Aradia. That's why. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? She made it. What's Aradia? You gotta go into the history of European witchcraft. Daughter of Lucifer. Kind of came to make sure that the Christian church the church didn't fucking burn every single fucking witch. So seeing that this morning also kind of got me like, whoa, holy crap. Whoa, someone else who talks to dragons? That's so fucking cool. Love dragon talk. Love my dragons. Right? But the call was good. I mean, it was like a introductory thing. It's not the first time I worked with these guys either. Like, I've done a lot of their like group work. Well, to be perfectly honest, like it's more than that. Like the one dude, Victor Odo, the one dude, that was the dude that I saw one of his videos just out of the fucking blue. But it was right when I thought I was fucking going loopy-loop. To the point that like I was ready to have myself committed. I was just trying to figure out how I was gonna tell my wife. Well, I think I already had, because like, I remember one day we were in the kitchen. I was at we had a computer, and then in the dining room, and then the kitchen. And I was just staring at the wall, thinking about stuff. But I knew what I was thinking about. I think I was thinking about like, what the hell was going on in my life at that point, because why is all this stuff happening? Why is this, like, why are magical things happening? Like, this is impossible. And I was going over the timeline of things, and it's just like, come on, man, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? But I'm just staring at the wall. She goes, what the fuck are you doing? And I look, I'm like, I think the universe is talking to me. It was. Try explaining that one to a divorce lawyer. I did. I tried. I'm glad you're laughing at it. I told him I'm going through some serious fucking shit right now. Like, yeah, maybe he goes, wow, you're incredibly honest. I know. That's a gift. I didn't say that. But now in my head I was like, is that a good thing? Probably not. No, but it really was. Turned out to be a good thing. Because it afforded me the opportunity to like actually like pursue what I was doing without feeling pressured. But my ex is actually pretty cool. Probably because she knows I'm not entirely fucking crazy. But he needs space to get his shit done, because he gets so consumed with everything that he can't focus on anything else, because he can't focus on more than one thing at a time. He's a little autistic. Remember when we first moved out together? I don't know if it was a threat or a promise or just a warning. I'm gonna go around and tell the neighbors that you're my retarded little brother. Or maybe that was my idea. Because I remember then going like, yeah, that we should totally have sex outside, and then everyone will think it's all weird because why is the brother and sister having sex? We did. This is a work day, by the way. This is work. This is what work is. Because this isn't fucking easy. How the fuck does a person have a job and then like process everything? Because it's like the goddamn thing, it doesn't stop. It's always just funneling and funneling and funneling and funneling and funneling and funneling. Not that it's not cool or anything. I mean, I do see cool shit. That means I'm gonna die. That's possible. I really did like the immortal idea. Well, I mean, there is the whole thing, because you do gotta just like accept that it's possible, and it doesn't mean that it's gonna happen. It's just like stubbing your toe. You know, that was one of the other things I liked about Hugo Boss too. Is like if I had nothing to do, because I had this one store where it was just like everything was done. It was just like it was chill time all the time, because it was just like we're good. I mean, sometimes we'd have to fix some shit up and we'd be busy with people, but when it was slow, it was just like I can't thrive in that though, because I gotta fucking move around, I gotta talk. And that not the last one, but the last one in Lancaster, like that one was nice because one, it was a shit show in there, and the previous year I wanted to redo the entire place. Well, I mean in the back. I have a history with inventory management, so. Plus, I'm a Virgo rising, so I like everything organized. It's got to be easy. I want motherfuckers to be able to come in from the streets and be able to just walk and grab whatever they need, and just intuitively know how precise it is because of how precise it is. So I used my intuition to put it together. It was so much fun. But then. But I didn't get to do it as often as I wanted, but it was all right because everything worked out exactly the way that it needed to, so I can get it done exactly the way they needed to get it done, so that the people that work there now can get it done the way that they need to get it done. But the nice thing about that was that a lot of the times I was by myself, and there's a rule, you can't open the store when you're by yourself, so I'd leave that bitch closed all day and just work in the back, because there was no like people didn't want to fucking work there, especially for the pay. I mean, the pay went up since, but I mean it's still meh. See, my thought was to take some of the money that should be going to dividends and then redistribute it back out to the employees. Because they don't pay dividends for that stock. That's why it's not even worth it. I mean, granted, it's gone up $2 over the last year, but I knew it was going to go up when I was there. That was part of the intention. Hey, listen, they can distribute to anything. I know I'm just one person in one little spot. That doesn't mean shit. But at the same time, hey, it's not the first time I've seen a company's profits go up just because I was there. I take credit for all the stuff, just like I take blame for everything too. I take blame for everything because everything's happening for me. Everything's happening for me. It was all for you, Damien. It was all for you. Thank you. I don't even know how to get off that kind of kick. Like, because it's like the Primo Mobile. Once you fucking spin the top, it just, there's so many different like fucking gears and cogs and spinny things that it's like it's not, you can't even fucking do anything about it. But I mean, I guess it's better that way. For who? For me, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's not like every day's fucking sunshine and rainbows. Like, but during that call, do you know the shit that was coming up for me? Like, I was having so many doubts. Oh my God, it was so fucking painful. Like, I started crying during this meditation that we were doing. Just because I just felt so fucking bad for myself. Like, I can't even fucking believe that you feel this way. I'm so fucking sorry. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, fuck. What did I do to you? Oh, fuck. It was so sad. Because I'm listening to myself in my head while this is, and I'm trying to fight it, and I hear the voice go, no, fuck you! Fuck you! You let me fucking talk for a fucking change. Okay? Zap. So, But that's when it came to me. It's like, you know what? This doubt, it's not doubt. It's not. It's not doubt at all. It's just one voice going, hey, please let me just fucking speak my piece. I've been holding this in for so goddamn long now. Why does he keep doing that? I don't know. Because whatever's being triggered in my mind, in my brain, because you got to keep in mind that like pathways, neural pathways, they're kind of getting turned on because I keep on hitting trigger points that aren't used to firing. So it's like the brain's sparking itself. It's like hot wiring itself. It's not just from talking to myself. I mean, it is. That's not the only part, though. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's so many pieces to it. Like, that's why I taught myself how to write with my left hand. Or train my left hand to be more functional. I wrote a whole fucking journal. I wrote 40 to 50,000 words just with my left hand using 30 different colored pens. One color per word. And it only took me like a month and a half. When I got done, like, goddamn. It felt like forever. It was, yeah, because it slows down time. Because this is turning on, doing this, writing, see, it's more than just getting the muscles going, right? Because when I write, it's very emotionally charged. It's just, I write what I feel. And because there's nobody around, I can just let that all out. So there's a lot of emotions attached to it. There's a spiritual aspect to it. There's like an intellectual aspect to it. And there's a personal aspect to it too. And then there's also like sometimes a collective perspective of it also. Both ways. So it's a lot. You feel a lot. And I'm sure I was smoking pot to one degree or another while I was doing it too. So that was fucking dialing everything up to about 9,000. So, because the idea of it was, the more that I write, the more that I can get these thoughts onto paper, but associate them also with that side of, with that side of the brain. To add all these new ideas and concepts over there, because essentially now that I'm thinking about it, the way it's presenting itself to me is that by doing the writing with my left hand, what I was doing was opening up a portal from my left brain to my right brain, and strengthening the connection between the two. Fuck. Like the golden ratio. We were just talking about this the other day. No, the facilitator of the higher self channeling session I was doing. No, it's just opening up that door between the two brains. What is that? The clipus callopum? I don't know what it's called. The thing that holds the two together. No, a medical keyword memorizer. I am not. Well, because I haven't tried. Oh, that's probably a good idea. Why? Because it's probably a good idea to know your parts. Like, what the fuck is going on in there? What it's all called. This way you can give it names. Well, yeah, no, I was having this thought the other day of the body being like an octopus. Because like an octopus, like every piece is alive. It's like, it's not, it's, yeah, you got the one whole thing, but then that whole thing is then made up of individuals. But they're all working in unison in some fucking crazy way. There's the whole Cthulhu thing, but that's something else. That's weird. That's a weird thought. That's a really weird thought. I don't even like that. I don't like where that's going at all. That's actually pretty terrifying. Ah, God, no. No, I was just thinking about what if something happened and the polarity shifted and land animals started becoming the primary target, the specialty dish for sea creatures that want to come onto the land and hunt them. What lives down there? Oh man, no, that's not good. Ah, God, that would be so weird. Water people? Pissed off water people? We're tired of what you people have been doing to our world. Oh no. This is what happens when you fuck with chaos. I'm walking on a square. It's just almost stepped off the edge. Oh my God. Well, that's the point of them. That's the point of that type of shit. Are you familiar with Neverending Story? The Nothing? And Gormk? Yeah, that's a thing. Now, I was watching it one day, and it just made total sense. The whole destruction of Fantasia and destroying the human imagination to make them more controllable. The way that I've seen history turn out, like right in front of me, like in the world around me. Yeah, so the last time I watched it, I was very attached to the story because it made all the sense. Especially the Swamp of Sorrow, the Swamp of Tears, I forget what it's called. Like losing the horse. Because during that, like I was also, like when I'm watching that, like I'm feeling what this fucking kid's feeling. And it felt horrible because I knew what it was. Like you had to let go of the thing that was just kind of like your crutch. Or at least the journey that you two are having is this is the ending point because you don't need them anymore. So the only way to further your journey is to get it completely out of your life. It's the only way for you to let go because otherwise you wouldn't have. So you had to find yourself in an impossible situation. But it was just part of the story. It's so fucking depressing. But, I mean, that's where, there's a game. Fuck, man, I forgot the name of the game. I gotta recommend that in the group. It's from the people who made Dark Souls. It's a fucking samurai game. It's dope as hell. But it's fucking hard. It's so hard. It's like annoyingly hard that like it gets to a point where it's like, fuck this, man. I can't. I'm not doing this right now. I got enough shit on my fucking plate. This is just pissing me off. Right? But I actually beat at least two of the bosses. But there's a cool like game feature where after you beat the boss, you collect a token, right? And that token, the description of the token is, this is the memory of that time that you did something fucking awesome. So next time you need like a boost or something, use this. Or to boost one of your stats permanently. And like, I'm thinking about that and I'm like, dude, that makes so much fucking sense. It's like, something I learned from Libra is that like the scales, Libra and even Elder Futhark. And during the process, like you have to separate the fucking the shit from the gold. You know what I mean? But just because you separate the shit doesn't mean you fucking throw it in the backyard. Like you actually gotta like Yeah, you got to get your hands in there and like start digging around for nuggets. So, and it doesn't even matter. Like as long as you can get some kind of like firmness on it, you got to be like, all right, fuck it. Let me see what it is. Okay. We can work with that. Put that in that pile, and then if you just keep on fucking pulling out these little ones out of the shit, and next thing you know, just like any other kind of success, like you take any kind of success, you just put it in a pile. It's not one big thing. You get the big goal, like I want all the fuck you money. All right, well, okay, that makes sense. Everyone wants the fuck you money, but how? Why does money even want to help you say fuck you to who? And who are you saying fuck you to? Everybody. How about saying fuck you to the part of yourself that isn't already having fuck you money? How about that? Fuck you for holding me back, you son of a bitch. Ah. Yeah, so Fantasia. Harry Potter is coming to my mind. Voldemort. I'm totally Voldemort. God damn it. Isn't that something? That's alright. I feel like I'm like a Harry Potter Voldemort hybrid. Sprinkled on top of Sandman Slim. Which is fucking so weird. How all of the things, like literally all of the things, follow that fucking book. So bizarre. I highly recommend that one. That one's good. Like I saw myself in that guy from the fucking, I'm like, what? And I think we were about the same, I think I was like, in the story, he's like, I think he's 30, but then, I think I was 32 or 33 at the time when I first started reading it, but it's like, what? What the hell? A 30-year-old LA street punk mage who just got back from 11 years in hell, being raped and beaten. This is the fucking greatest thing ever. That's a synchronicity that I hadn't considered before. Because that was actually giving me a preview of what my life was going to turn into. And it was fucking cool. The dude who wrote it, his name's Richard Kadri. Dude, he writes some cool shit. He wrote this other book, Butcher Bird. This shit is dope. That's serious shit. I found out right after I had to fucking leave my house, leave my condo. I went to go stay with my grandmother on this little fucking couch. I had to sleep with my knees up. She's dead now. I didn't kill her. She just died. Wanted to. But I was going to this church at the time. Like I was going to this church like basically every single day. Because it had gotten so fucked that my life just had gotten so insane that I needed to get away from everything just to like figure out what the fuck is going on. How is this? What is happening here? What the fuck? And mind you, like I've been having delusions of grandeur since I was a kid, but this was shit that was like, come on, man. Hope you're not fucking with me. Because me and God, we've never been on good terms. So the fact that my life started turning into the way that it was, I'm a little bit suspicious. Why is this all happening exactly the way that it is? Like, hold up. Are you telling me I've been a witch this whole fucking time and nobody fucking told me? Like, how is that even fair? You had to figure it out on your own. Alright, fair enough. What's the value of listening to the voices in your head? He's totally right. I can't be mad at that. My mother and my father used to say it all the time. Like, let you make your own mistakes. Probably if I asked more questions and said, hey, is it weird that I'm seeing things that happen before they happen? And what's the deal with the aliens always being in my head? And why do I always feel them all over the place? Like, why do I always feel like I'm being watched? Why do they want to, like, scare the shit out of me all the time? And, like, especially at night, like, why do I constantly feel things, like, watching me from the darkness? Like, what the hell is this? Oh, baby, they're just waiting for you to step into your power. Because otherwise they were going to eat you. Look, that's what they fucking told me. Fuck. Come into the shadows. Ah. When I was a fucking 37-year-old man, I had, in my condo, we had 2 floors. On the weekends, I would always stay up and drink. I'd stay up late. My son and my wife, they go upstairs and go to sleep. I'm in the house by myself. I don't like being by myself. I don't like being in the fucking dark. When I'm alone in the house, I feel things, I hear things, and it's just like, I can't right now. But at night, I had a route that I had to take so that I could turn off all the lights, because all the lights were on. All the lights had to be on. I couldn't go into a fucking bathroom if the curtain was closed. I'd have to open it. From watching horror movies, growing up watching horror movies. Part of it, not all of it. There's more to it. But it's one of those things. It had to be the way that it had to be so that things could be the way that they are. God, this is like the fucking best therapy ever. This is what your everyday is like? Yeah, all day, every day is therapy. I like the soundtrack that goes along with everything that I'm saying. It's Stabbing Westward. I think. God. I still have Jew school to do. What the fuck is going on? Go backwards for a minute. Go backwards. Let yourself go backwards. Because one, we're at the invisible wall right now. Keys to the future are locked away in the past. Go backwards. Go back to Hebrew. Like, to the very fucking beginning. Where the fuck did that start? Alright, so I was in Anonymous for a little while, during the beginning era of QAnon. But that was because of Antifa movement protest that was going on. Because I wanted to see if it was really going to happen, like a riot, or if it was going to be a flub. I've been waiting for a revolution forever. Or the New World Order, or just something to fucking happen to make life not so fucking dreadful. Oh my fucking God, everything is such a fucking downer all the fucking time. This is why I had to kill myself. This is why I had to do it. I do it since I was 12. I can't live like this. I couldn't be happy. For so long I used to blame it on me. I used to think that I had poison blood, that I didn't want to grow up to be like the adults around me. Like, I didn't want to grow up to be like the people I saw. The fucking world was a goddamn nightmare. For as long as I can remember, it was just a goddamn nightmare. Lies. This is fucking craziness. And then, not to mention I was a fucking 90s raver kid, so I was doing all kinds of drugs, which are helpful. I'm not mad about it. That stuff was fun. But when I look back, when I look from then to now, it's like, good thing. Holy shit. There's no way. That time in my life was preparing me for now, because there's no way that my brain would be able to contain everything that I would have popped already. Like, not in a good way. Like, my brains would be all over the fucking place. Ugh. I remember at one of my jobs, I used to want to fucking hang myself. I used to threaten my boss. One day you're going to come in and I'm going to be fucking hanging over your desk. Did I ever tell him that? Let's assume I didn't. I used to imagine myself hanging myself from over his desk, so that once my body was dead and all the shit and piss came out of me, that it would just go all over his computer and his chair, and then he'd have to every time come back to his desk, he'd have to think about that time that Derek was fucking hanging there dead and his shit and piss was everywhere. One time there, I fucking sliced myself up like fucking cheddar cheese. Oh my God, I had a fucking nervous breakdown. The fucking guy, he had his third baby. And he was gonna take the week off, as he should have, to be with his wife and his family. Like, that's important. I get it, because I never had the time to do it. So this particular night, like, I had that actually reminds me of this quote from Jesus that someone just said to me last night. Would you kill yourself for somebody? Would you let yourself die for somebody who wouldn't die for you? Yeah, but that's exactly what Jesus did. Yeah, I know, but that's what he was saying to people. It's like, are you sure that's what you really want to do? Like, is it that important? Go live life for yourself, is basically what he was saying. Fuck it. But that night, what happened was I had a realization, because we all got drunk afterwards. We got drunk at the shop. It was a commercial vehicle wrap shop. We did good work. We did really good work. They still do good work. I highly recommend them if you're in that area. Say the name. DPI Creative. So, New Jersey. Tom's River. So that night, I think I was there till like 3 o'clock in the morning. We just got new printers that I was so excited about. I'd been in the graphic industry for a while, so I would get nerded out by new kind of print technologies. I remember when we went from fucking ink to UV. I was like, what? What is this? What is this magic here? But it was a 6-color process because it was large format printing. We did graphics for pharmaceutical exhibitions or trade shows. So I used to run like 6 of those fucking things, like they're big, they're like fucking 7 foot wide. But they, I mean, they only print like 4.5 feet, a little over, well, 4.25. Nah, well, I mean, they can go up to 60. Well, I mean, technically 59.75 wide inches. But we had just gotten these new printers that had 10 colors. I've been working with 6 colors for my entire career at this point, which is about 10 years. So seeing a fucking 10 color printer that could print the magic colors that I've always wanted to print. If you ever look at if you ever get a chance to look at a Pantone book, look at 021 orange. It's the most beautiful thing in the entire world. It's the perfect color. I don't even like orange, but that, for some reason, that orange is just like sex. It's like sex for my eyes. But we got a printer that could actually print that color for the first time in, at this point, I think it was 10.5 to 11 years. No, maybe 12, because I think that was my last year. It was shortly after that I left. Yeah, because of that fucking night. I was staying to test some capabilities that I wanted to test out for the sake of we were printing with white. This printer had white. Never even seen it before. It was amazing. And we were doing some practice runs, and I was trying to test out figure out some of the setting up printing profiles that tell the printer how to print in a specific way. I wanted to print things white but backwards, and it's by default everything prints like you would see it, but I needed to also calibrate how much white ink was being put onto the vinyl while it was printing, because it was really cloudy at the time, and I needed it nice and thick. I needed it like perfect. So I had to adjust the variances with the ink flow and the direction that it was going. So it's complicated. It's so much fun though. But that night, as the night went on, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck are you still doing here? What are you doing? And anybody would have said that. I'm sure the owner would have said the same thing. Like, what the fuck are you doing here, man? Go home. You have a family. And that's exactly what was going through my head. But at the same time, I was also stressing out because the guy was going to be gone for a week, so that put me in charge because I was the acting number 1 at this point, and I didn't want to I hate fucking bothering that guy. I hate when things go wrong. I'm very sensitive. And now, it's not to mention the fact the motherfucker used to fucking embezzle our pay. Oh, you fuck up? Oh, you're not supposed to tell anybody about that. Why? Who cares? It's not a big deal. I've been fucked over by companies all over the place. This thing with Hugo Boss. It's not that I've given up. I'm just kind of like, it'll work itself out at this point. I have better things to do. I mean, yeah, I could have used the $3,700 pre-tax. But I trust everything will work out in my favor as it always does. I have to. That's the only thing I can do. I can't, like, what am I going to do? Panic about it? I already do panic. I panicked about it this morning. I was shitting my fucking pants. Like, oh my God, I'm down to fucking like $500. What the fuck am I gonna do? God, please tell me where the fucking money's gonna come from. But at the same time, like I'm actually putting a lot of faith in my magic and this ritual that I'm doing, because one, that's the point. That's literally the point. Is to put yourself in that fear mode. Like, we're working with money. This is not like, this is a completely different kind of magic that we're fucking with. And, oh. Okay? Because the way it works, is you have to actually put yourself in that place of fear that you're going to lose everything. That like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Because that's the magical part. That's where the magic is in. Because once you can cross that threshold, that's where some kind of like little miraculous thing happens, and it's like, oh, that's exactly what I needed. Oh, how convenient. Did I just waste my time panicking and fucking losing my shit over nothing? Or did all that panicking and all like losing my shit, did that clear up the space to allow for that thing, that magical little synchronicity to happen that would bring me that delicious just sense of security? I was listening to this video with Tom Bilyeu, and he said, like, you gotta want it, success in your craft. Like, you have to want it. Like, you need to want it like you need to need, no. You need to need it like you need oxygen. I get that. I mean, you got to be devoted as fuck to something to push yourself to that fucking level. Like that's a level of intensity that is just like, nah, man. I'm gonna be good over here. But that's basically how I treat mine. Craft. You know what I notice? People don't like witches. There's like this stigma to it. I'm not upset by that though. I actually love that. This son of a bitch thinks he's being discriminated against. Oh, I know I am. I don't know by who. The universe, maybe? That's possible. God? Maybe God's oppressing me? That's possible. They got into a fight. And it's all your fault. That's alright. Now, the story that's playing out in my head. This is new. I'm in trouble for something. Someone's really pissed off at me. Why couldn't you just tell me? Tell you what? What you were doing? I don't know. Never thought of it. That's not true, and you know it. I know. I'm just trying to pop the cork in my mind so I can actually give you an honest answer. Because I was drawing a blank. And... oh, no. There was a little sense of shame that popped up. Oh, because I'm ashamed of what I do. I don't want to be judged. I hate feeling like I'm doing something bad when I know I'm not. Ugh. Oh, why didn't you just... because you didn't know the word. I got it. Alright, I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing. Alright. Love you too. Thanks. I appreciate it. How was that? That's my auntie. So the idea started to come to me about we're going way back. Bear with me. That was a while. But yeah, success and putting it in your back pocket, yeah, and remembering it. But you know what? Like something that was happening to me today during that call. I think that's what I was going on about. Was yeah, all this stuff was coming up. Oh yeah. He's right. All this stuff was coming up, and I was hearing all these doubts and all this shit. But then it kind of dawned on me, like, that's not me. Who is this? And I realized, like, oh, I know this dude. This is the old me. This is like 2010. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, Mercury Gate went direct today, so I'm using that as inspiration. Yeah, it's good to be aware of those things because it's still going to be in opposed shadow for like another week. So what that basically means is that the span of space-time that Mercury just went backwards in, it's now going to go back forwards again, which means that things are now going to kind of loop around, almost like being in a similar situation that we were at the pre-shadow, which is the first time that Mercury goes through that span of time. So a retrograde kind of goes like this. It goes forwards, then backwards, and then forwards. But it's over the exact window of time, space-time. So then Mercury went retrograde on the 7th of April. It just came out of it. But prior to that, it was in what was called the pre-shadow, which is when it first moves forward. And then when it goes retrograde is when it stops and goes backwards. And then the post-shadow is when it comes forwards again. So it kind of opens up like a fucking doorway in space-time. But in traditional astrology, Mercury is associated with the mind. So, all right, let's look at our thoughts. What thoughts are going backwards? Or even considered like during the window of time of the pre-shadow, what was I doing? I'd have to go back to my journals and check, but I believe that period of time was probably somewhere around like after I finished Lancaster. It had to have gone into retrograde right around there. Because it went, or I'm sorry, pre-shadow, because it went retrograde like 2 days before I left for New Hampshire. So that was all perfectly timed. And then, well, you know what? This is actually here's a good idea. So now this is where like journaling is going to come in handy with astrology. Is now what I'm going to go do is once I go back home, like a good idea for me to do is check to see exactly what degree in Taurus that Mercury is in, and then find the date during the retrograde when Mercury was at that position. Oh, the 7th, because this is the end. Right. So I just have to find the date of when Mercury... No, those are the only two I need. Where was I when we first got there? Well, I should check the back and forth points. Because if I can check the back and forth points, what that'll do is fill in the gaps. So where I was, this is the day that we go into pre-shadow. This is the day that we go into retrograde. This is the day that we go back direct. Oh, and then this is the day of the last day of the post-shadow. So realistically, I'm not going to really need to do too much until May 31st, when the post-shadow ends. But what I probably should do is at least pinpoint those first couple days forwards, and then I can go backwards to those points again. Oh, fuck, that's such a cool idea. Oh no, don't steal it. That's why the pre-shadow and the post-shadow are important. Because the retrograde isn't just that one span of time. It's 3 windows of time that are merged into one. It's like it goes like that. Like a you got a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's just like regular astrology. It's like there's a cardinal point where it starts to build. Then there's the fixed point where it kind of stabilizes itself for a little bit, and then boosh, down the fucking roller coaster ride you go. Back down to stable. Or no, you'd probably go all the way down, yeah. And then come back up again. Huh. There's probably another way to look at that, but that's all right. At least you have a visual to go off of, work from. But now here's the other cool thing about Mercury retrogrades is that one, now not only are we working with a planet going through one span of time 3 times, forwards, backwards, and forwards again. We can also go hard here and say that right now Mercury is in the past, present, and future all at the same time because one, retrograde is supposed to be an optical illusion, but it does have a psychological effect. So how do we know this? Because I'm having a psychological effect from it. So then, and a lot of people can agree, even people who don't believe in astrology. Because during a retrograde, it doesn't matter if it's a fucking optical illusion or not. There's actual forces of nature that exist in the laws of physics that are affected by this. It's not just like, oh, look, we're passing Jupiter. No, motherfucker, we're not just passing or Mercury. What's happening is our energetic cord that keeps us tethered to the planet, because each planet is fucking tethered to each other, but that tether is now being stretched in a way that it's not used to. It's being stretched backwards. The light is the energetic tether. Fucking hell. But it's a gravitational force and it's an electromagnetic force. So that's 3 forces all in one. But we do live in a universe of balance, so there has to be a 4th one, which is like an invisible one. That's the spirit of it, the divinity behind it. Because those fucking things are fucking controlling, you call it that, but it's because there's no other better word for it. There's no, it's not a... Because it's smart. That's the thing, is like it has intelligence. Like if you look at the fucking universe, man, look at how everything is. You need intelligence to even wrap your brain around what we do know, and we don't even know all that there is. We have to actually get smarter. We have to get as smart as the universe to actually start to begin to scratch the surface of what it is. Or we have to become intelligent enough to recognize what it is that we're observing. Which means that the intelligence was already there. It was just waiting for someone to find it. Why? Who thought of that? That was the importance of the spheres and geocentric astronomy. It wasn't just because they were too stupid. Because that truth actually is true. Like, fucking hell. Well, we just never had anyone put it that way. I get it. Well, I mean, that's a good sign. I mean, as long as it makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I see it in my head. I already know what I'm talking about. But the more I talk about it, the better I understand it. And I haven't been able to fucking like really explore these ideas in a little while, so it's actually good that we're bringing it up today. There's a project I was working on. It's a project I'm working on in regards to understanding the astrology of Aristotle. Not Aristotle, of Ptolemy. Because they were using it for different reasons. And you were going to keep this all to yourself? I was going to keep it all to myself for as long as it was going to stay to myself. Like, what the fuck? Nobody fucking... It's not exactly like you can explain these things. It's really difficult. That's why I have to come outside in the fucking woods after eating a fucking gummy and going on some fucking crazy rant. Like, I mean, yeah, this is for my health, but at the same time, this is for posterity. Not to mention the fact that if you really want to get to know something better, teach it. But if people can't comprehend what it is that you're trying to teach, who the fuck else better to teach than yourself? I mean, I was just saying this to a friend of mine. Like, it's not that I'm not talking to you, but I'm talking to myself. I need to hear the shit that's coming out of my mouth so that I can process it and have the breakthrough that I need to fucking have. It's nothing personal. That's why I don't say, hit the smash, hit the like, hit the smash. Don't even waste your time. Unless you really want to and give me attention, but that's on you. I don't need to beg for attention. I give myself enough fucking attention. But one of the good things that came out of today's call, switching gears, because yesterday when I was doing my introduction post, like I started writing about how I really don't want to work with people. I don't want to take people money. I want to take money from other companies. Like I want your money. I want YouTube's money. I don't want to fucking ad people's money. I want YouTube's money. You pay me. Don't be fucking relying on other people to pay your bills for you. I want Hugo Boss's money. That's another... Keep it. Even if it's just a $300, just keep it. The 3,700, that's me pushing anyway. That's me just slapping my dick on the fucking table going, fuck it. Let me see what happens. But I'm not wrong. Definitely not wrong. Definitely not wrong for asking what I'm asking for. A voice in my head that's going, you should definitely ask for more. Yeah, I gotta do a follow-up. Nah, it's like I've been emailing the corporate office every Monday for the past 3 Mondays about getting my paychecks. I feel like the fucking kid from fucking Better Off Dead. Give my $2, give my $2. But at the same time, it's like, fuck that shit. You're a fucking $2 billion company. Like, why did I not even get paid in the first place? And what the hell was that fucking commission from? It's like, you're taking advantage of loopholes and semantics and trying to make me think that I'm less than what I am from a systemic perspective. Just so you don't have to fucking pay me. Like, what the fuck? What kind of grimy ass shit is that? And then I'm 3 weeks out. This is week 4. This is week 4. I've been waiting for this fucking pay. No. This is like week fucking 5, dude. You got paid on the 16th. No. I was paid on... I got home... Monday was the 24th. 23rd, 22, 21st. I got paid on the 21st. Alright, so